We here at Bitoku are building a blockchain storage layer for smart contract chains. So we had to make the decision, what smart contract chain are we building on? That's what we talk about today. So with those smart contract chains, and by the way, if you're not sure what smart contracts are, there's another video in my channel. Go check it out that introduces you to smart contracts. So, but we had to make a choice. We're building a storage layer, blockchain-based storage layer for smart contract chains. And there are so many smart contracts out there. So it all started with Ethereum. They were the pioneers back in 2015. But, there's chains like Polygon, Avalanche, Cardano, Polkadot, Sui, Aptos, and so many others, and Solana. And we picked Solana to be our chain of choice where we build the storage layer for. And I just want to let you know, why did we do that? What have been our selection criteria? The main selection criteria was scalability. And now you might say, why is scalability so important? Well, it's simple. It's a public blockchain. So Solana, Ethereum, all others, they are public blockchains. And Bitoku also is a public blockchain. And what we all need is traction. We need like universal adoption, ubiquity, in order for blockchain to be useful to people. It's like money. If only few people use your currency, it's not really useful. So we're aiming for universal adoption. And, once we have universal adoption, there's going to be a lot of transactions each and every second. So by the way, you see that with the Visa payment network. You all know these little nice Visa cards in your wallet. They have on average around 8,000 transactions per second. Obviously there's peaks there with maybe 15,000 or things like that. And if you think about that, that's a lot of transactions, right? And Solana is the only smart contract chain that can handle this amount of transactions per second. And it is just important because otherwise it will be so hard to use. So my experience with Ethereum, I love Ethereum. It's a great chain. I wish them all the best. And I think they will be doing great, obviously. And they just transitioned to proof of stake, which is a great achievement. But, usability, because of the high fees and the long transaction times and stuff like that, is really, really limited, right? If you want to use some of their DeFi platforms, want to, do some liquid staking or, get some yield with some automated market makers and all that stuff, it is so cumbersome just because it's not really scaling these days. And yeah, we wanted to build on a blockchain that's built for scale. And in our view, that is Solana. So why is that? I recommend you a Medium article written by Anatoly Yakovenko, the founder of Solana, back in 2019. And the link is down in the description. Check that out. And that's about 8 innovations that Solana came out with, and they just impressed us, right? And the key innovation, read the post with all the 8 innovations, but the key innovation is proof of history. So proof of history is a wild animal because so many people think, oh, there's proof of work and there's proof of stake, and then proof of history is another competing concept that competes against proof of work and proof of stake. That's not the case. Proof of history is one level below. It is, Solana is a proof of stake chain. There's no proof of work, there's proof of stake. But below that, in the lower levels, it works with proof of history as an alternative of time synchronization via gossip protocols between all the nodes. So in blockchain, as everyone can understand, it's important to have consensus on time, right? We need to figure out which event came first and which event came after, because that can make a big difference on, handling transactions. So if someone was there first and the other one after, it needs to be, preserved like that. Now, if you have like 2,000 validators, as the Solana chain has right now, it is difficult to synchronize all their clocks. And if you think like each of them, each of those validators has 1,999 peers that they need to talk about and send network packages, it takes a lot of time to synchronize all those clocks. And it takes a lot of network capacity, valuable network capacity, because all the transactions per second, they need to go through the network. And we don't want to waste 90% of our network capacity just for synchronizing the clocks. And Solana came up with a great, very cool innovation, to me, still underestimated to the day. And that is proof of history, which just means like, okay, we have hashes, cryptographic hashes that are being computed all the time. And then in the next point in time, the old hash is being hashed again into the old one. And then we have a chain of hashes at, high speed, like hundreds of thousands, millions per second. And these hashes replace the time synchronization. And that's the key reason why Solana can scale that much as compared to the other chains. And then there's more innovations there. It's all technical stuff. Read it in the Medium post down there. So it just means that there's other innovations like pipelining instructions. You might have heard that from modern CPUs. They pipeline instructions. There is parallelization there. So as long as two transactions don't use the same data and don't access the same accounts for write, then they can be parallelized. And Solana is handling all that. So it's a great state machine, a world state machine, with very cool innovations that make it performant. And we need that performance because we aim for universal adoption. So that's why it's so important. So there are other things, obviously, that we were looking for in our chain, and mostly that is the community. We wanted to have a great community, so many other builders that build their app on the chain that we selected. And the Solana community is just awesome. And we've been inside the Solana community for almost a year now. We participated in the latest hackathon. So many things are going on there. If you go to the Solana Discord, you see Anatoly in there oftentimes discussing with his team. And, he even, chatted with me, and I had a few ideas on a special change request for the Solana chain. And I was just chatting with him there, so that was awesome. It is a great community. And think about the latest hackathon just last month. We had 18,000 submissions, and 750 teams delivered a working app on Solana. And that was the highest ever. And think about, we're in the middle of crypto winter now. All the prices are down, but the builders on Solana, they are still building, and the number of builders is still going up. So that is so fascinating. And it's really great people, and they really know what they're talking about. It's not just some, blah, blah, or there's so many other chains where they never get to the core of things and the technical core of things. And the Solana guys, they only talk about the technical core of things. And it's just awesome. It's a great community. And if we build for something, we want to build into something that has a great community. So we could make that check mark for Solana as well. And then there is also other things, right? We wanted to build together with a chain that is environmentally friendly. That's one of the goals of the Bitoku blockchain. It's one of our stated objectives. And the smart contract chain that we're building on, we want that to be economically friendly. So if you look at the energy consumption per transaction, Solana is one of the very lowest of all chains. It's like, 7x, 10x lower than Ethereum, and obviously way lower than Bitcoin. And that is also because of the performance and because all of the innovations that I talked about. It just means in you know, we can do so many transactions in one epoch, in one block and stuff like that, so that the energy consumption per transaction is really, really low. It is below 3,000 joules, which is awesome. You can find it on the Solana website. You can also compare it to other chains. It is one of the lowest, and we absolutely love that because we don't want to destroy the environment just by running blockchain transactions. So that is also awesome with Solana, and with our Bitoku chain, we're going to aim for exactly that same thing, having one of the lowest energy consumptions. Then another criteria is how decentralized is it? And there is a thing out there in the world called the Nakamoto coefficient. So that's kind of a universal, almost universally agreed upon measurement of the decentralization of a blockchain network. And that coefficient is basically the number of nodes that you need in order to disrupt the network. And that is over 30 now with Solana. The latest I've read is 31, but the number of validators is constantly increasing. And we as Bitoku, we also run one of those validators. So if you want to stake some Sol, stake it to our validator. Just search for Bitoku. And you know, the number of validators is increasing by the day. So it's probably 32, 33 as we speak. And that is a big, big number. It's one of the highest Nakamoto coefficients that we have out there. For the proof of work chains, it is lower than you think because everyone's concentrated in mining pools, right? And we only have few mining pools that can disrupt the network. So Solana is highly decentralized in that aspect. Yeah, so those were some of the criteria, and we're not alone. The Helium network, one of the very popular networks that people have their devices at home with antennas and building a data communications network, kind of your own alternative to Verizon as far as data transmission goes, or T-Mobile or whatever, but it's owned by the people and everyone has their towers in their home. It's a great, great network, highly recommended. And they recently made the decision to leave their own network and build it on top of Solana, which is a great, great confirmation for Anatoly and his team and for Solana. And I can only say we feel great, in great hands within the Solana community, and we are super excited to build the missing storage layer that those smart contracts need. Every app, every DApp, decentralized app that's being built on top of Solana, they need to get smarter, and they can only get smarter if they have a storage layer and can store data, random access data, and with the same blockchain guarantees that the Solana chain itself has. It is super exciting. We're working on that. Our public node sale is going to be starting soon. Watch out for it. And yeah, as always, please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and see you soon. Bye.